Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make this spiral in Inkscape, which I then used to make this, but I put it together in Photoshop, but I made the spiral in Inkscape. So I'm going to show you the spiral today. And to do that we have to open up Inkscape, and the first thing we're going to do is type our text. Now, because I'm not the best typer in the world, I'm just going to type a bunch of characters. I'm going to make them capital. Just type a bunch of letters here. And it doesn't matter how long your text is, you can make it work. So that's my text, which I'm going to move up here. And I'm going to come and I'm going to choose this, which I have no idea how to say, but I am going to make a diagram with this. I'm going to hold Control down because that'll make me a straight line. I'm going to make my diagram a straight line, bring it over. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer than my text, bring it up, and here. I want it to go from large to small. I think that's too big, so I'm going to go to my node path, and that when I click that, that'll give me these little nodes here. I'm going to make this smaller, and then I'm going to make this smaller and a little more equal as well, just like that. I'm going to come to my regular cursor and I'm going to click off of that, click on my text, and I have to turn this text into an object. So I'm going to go up to path. I'm going to say object to path. Now eventually I'm going to need this text to be on top, and I don't mean just above it visually, but above it within the software. So I'm going to click it again, and I'm going to click this little icon up here which says raise selection to the top. It doesn't just mean it brings it up physically, it means it's on top of everything else. If it was the top paper on a bunch of papers on my desk. I'm going to do that a few times throughout this because I always want to make sure it's on top. But I'm going to select this. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to select this as well. That'll let me select two things. I'm going to go to extensions. I'm going to generate from, nope, I'm not. I'm going to modify path, and I'm going to go to perspective. And what it's going to do is it's going to take this text and put it into this box. It's going to put it in there upside down. I don't know why. I'm sure there's something I don't know because I'm not like great at this, but that's all right because I can turn it right side up. I'm going to click on my text and I'm going to pull it out. And I really don't need this anymore. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit my delete key and it's going to go away. I'm going to click on my text. I'm going to go to object because it is an object now. And I'm going to flip it. And I always forget. I'm going to say vertical. Yes. And it flipped it right side out. Again, since it's selected, I'm going to go ahead and put it on top just because I haven't done that before and it's gotten me into trouble. So now I'm going to go hit my spiral tool. I'm going to click it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw a spiral. Now I can make it as big or small as I want, and these numbers here will change things. If you watch the inner part of my spiral here, if I decrease that, it's going tighter and tighter. I don't quite want it that tight. So I'm going to go to 1. You can do how many turns are in there, you can do the divergence, but I'm going to leave it just like this because I know this is what I want. So I'm going to go to my tool, I'm going to select it, just my spiral. This also has to be an object. So I'm going to go object to path. I'm going to reverse this because I want my text to be bigger on the outside and smaller on the inside this time. Sometimes I might want it to be bigger on the inside and smaller toward the outside. If that's the case, I wouldn't hit reverse. But since I want it to go from big to small, out, in, I'm going to hit reverse. I'm also going to take my object and I'm going to flip it horizontal because I want the start to be over here. Actually, I'm going to hit it again and it'll let me turn it. I actually want that more to, well, quite that much toward the top. I want it more here. If I want to, well, I'll tell you that later. Okay, so I'm going to click off it. Everything looks pretty good. I'm going to do this, just hit to the top one more time because it makes me happy. I'm going to hold my shift key and I'm going to do this. I've selected both of them now. If they're overlapping, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go to extensions. I'm going to say generate from path, and I'm going to say pattern along path. I have it set for single stretched and snake, which is what I want in this instance. I'm going to click live preview and it's going to show me what it's going to look like. That is what I want. If it wasn't what I wanted, I could just close it and everything would go back to the way it was. That's why live preview is nice. So generate from path, pattern along path, live preview. Perfect. I'm going to say apply. My little thing isn't going to go away, but I'm going to close it. If you do this step and you get bunches of squiggly scribbles, it's because you didn't hit this button on the text. The text has to be on the top. If you get squiggly squiggles, undo, select your text, just your text, hit this button, and then apply it to the spiral. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on the spiral. Well, I want to click on the spiral, but if I make a mistake and click on the text, I'm going to hit my delete key and my text is going to go away, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to say undo, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to make sure I hit just the spiral. And I'm going to say delete. And there is my spiral that goes from larger to smaller in a perfect spiral, which is just perfect for this, which is, I just loved. I gave these as Christmas gifts this year. I saw them somewhere else and copied them, and then I had to figure out how to do it, and somebody helped me figure out how to do that. So I thought I would help you guys. So I hope this helps. It's my very first video ever. I hope it was clear, and I hope if you try this, you really like it. Thanks so much.